Hello friends, I am Chevee. Welcome to my shed. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing great. It's freaking gorgeous here. As always, I say I'm gonna perhaps do something and then I don't do it. This weekend I was really planning on showing you, progress, 3D printing progress on the light project. But Keely ended up staying all weekend, and I just didn't want to stop playing. So I got it all printed. It's all right here. It doesn't quite fit right. It needs to be adjusted, and that's what I was going to film. But I didn't get to it because I'd rather spend time with her. And I know you understand. So I thought, that's fine. We'll do that for Monday's show. So that was the plan today. But my vehicle needed some work. And yesterday we went to soccer practice and I knew it's bad. So I talked to my parents last night knowing that I'm not going to have a paycheck next month. My vehicle needs some serious work. It's fine, I have backup vehicle, but they said, don't worry about it. Just get the parts and we'll pay for it. And I said, okay. And so today I was at work and I went outside to help somebody load some stuff and it was 70 degrees and amazing. So I thought, I'm going to go home and fix my vehicle. So that's what I did. I intended to just do that for today's show, but I tried it on the GoPro and the audio's terrible and then it just didn't work. So I'm just going to run it here and then I'll be back after that and we'll tie this together somehow. But first of all, I didn't tell you about this vehicle. This is a 1998 Ford Explorer Limited that my uncle gave me at the beginning of December. I had totally meant to talk to you about that and how awesome that was and just kind of never got around to it. But it's a free vehicle. It goes well with my 82 GMC. So, and I started hearing some noise from the right front wheel bearing. So I needed to get it changed and that's what we're doing. Oh yeah, that's loose. Now, as many of you are probably aware, I used to be a dealership mechanic, so I'm very used to fixing cars. Done it pretty much my whole life, and this is nothing new. It's just a wheel bearing. It comes as an assembly, as a hub. It's pretty much take the wheel off, take the brake caliper off, take the axle nut off, a couple of bolts, pull the thing out. Bearings in here. I could buy just the bearing, but I don't have a press, and this is just much easier. I'm paying for my laziness. Actually, my parents bought this because they're awesome. That noise? Shouldn't do that. That's bad. Now I gotta take off this vacuum hose thingy, figure out how that works, and then we're good to go. Put it back together. So, judging by this new one, it's just an electrical connector that looks like it's right here. So theoretically, if I can get this off, all I have to do is pull all these little guys out. Theoretically. That's how these things work. Oh, well, that was easy. I have a special tool for pulling out these things. This is one of those mechanics luxuries. If you ever wonder why mechanics talk about having $10,000 worth of tools, it's because we like to buy special devices that make our lives easier. See how that works? Because when you're turning wrenches, 8 hours a day, and you get paid by the job, getting it done as quickly as possible becomes super important. And shops never buy your tools for you. Maybe some bigger, you know, like transmission tools and stuff that you can't conceivably bring in on your own. But things like this speed the job up, and it's your choice. Do you spend the money and buy yourself the tool so that it will hopefully make you more money than it costs? Or do you just do what most people do and use a screwdriver or a pair of needle nose pliers? I bought the fancy tool. Now I put the new one on. Because one, it's weird, and two, one piece of advice I'd like to give: never, ever, ever trust an air gun when torquing your wheels. Always use a torque wrench. Over tightening can be just as damaging as under tightening. Oh, and when it comes to grease, dish soaps work just as good, if not better, than most mechanic soaps. Hopefully that wasn't too miserable to watch. I tried to edit it intelligently, but you know, it's a bad bearing. I don't... That noise shouldn't happen. I don't know how well that came through. But it's really not that big of a deal to change. I know for somebody who is not mechanically inclined at all, it can be very intimidating. But, you know, it's really just 6 or 7 bolts and some special tools that you might need, like the axle nut, a socket, but, you know, took care of it. So hopefully, I haven't driven it yet. I believe that's the only bad bearing. The very common issue on the Explorers is ball joints and wheel bearings. So I expect to have to replace the left one at some point, but right now, funds being where they are, just the right one's getting done. And hopefully that's enough to get me by. But, you know, yeah, this week I will get back to the light project and start shooting actual footage for it so that I can show something about it and get it off my chest. But for now, thank you for being here. As always, thank you for watching. I hope that was interesting to somebody. If not, I'm sorry, and I'll see you tomorrow. Today's random fact comes from timeanddate.com. What day does the week start on? According to the international standard ISO 8601, Monday shall be the first day of the week, ending with Sunday as the 7th day of the week. Although this is the international standard, countries such as the United States, imagine that, still have their calendars refer to Sunday as the start of the 7-day week. Forget America.